Questions for Andrew? We'll start with
I
Noah.
feel like it's a perfect time to ask you this. What is your relationship like with Coach Collins, and how nice has it been to sort of have a guy like that in your corner that's played at the highest level?
Yeah, it's great. Every day he comes in with the same attitude, same mentality, just to get better, learn from the day before, and continue to just keep growing and try to be the best version of yourself you can be.
Has there been a lot of instances where he's pulled you over on a sideline, maybe, and speaking from experience, like saying, "Hey, I've been in this experience before. This is what you should be doing." Those kinds of things on the sideline.
Yeah, I mean, every day really, it's where you're learning from somebody who's done it at the highest level, and that's where everybody in the building should be striving to get to. So every day he comes with something new that you can learn to grow to. So that's what we focus on.
Mike?
Andrew, what did some of the guys who were here last year told you about what these next 3 games are going to be like, the rivalries, sort of the intensity that comes with it?
There's just a lot of stuff that can be said, but we're really just focused on Wake Forest and in the next game that's in front of us. And when we get to those games, we'll be ready to play.
Jeremiah?
Yeah, as obviously you got some forced fumbles this year, sacks this year, things of that nature. And the defense as a collective as well has been more productive in that regard. What do you think is clicking for you guys? And you feel like the game is kind of, simplifying for y'all to where you're kind of in the right spots, making the right places?
Yeah, I feel like we're just getting closer. Grinding every day, getting closer as a group, as a unit, learning to trust each other, learning to scheme more. I mean, getting here as fast as everybody did, trying to put it all together, it could take some time, but I feel like guys are finally starting to, just hit their stride and play, team complementary football. So.
We asked Jamie this too, but from your perspective, what is working so well for this defensive line? And I know Belichick told us on Tuesday that it's really just team defense. It's really not just the defensive line. But in the end, they are getting home. And what's it like for you to sort of see their success, I guess, and what is really working for them?
Guys just doing their job, being hungry to come in every day and continue to work and not be satisfied with the past results. But also the cover guys, a lot of those sacks are cover sacks. We're doing our job in the back end, and it's helping the front end have more time to get to the quarterback and everything, together molds a great defense like that and get to the passer.
Adam?
Andrew, is somebody who's kind of like the quarterback of the defense, one of the quarterbacks of the defense, what are, just out of curiosity, what are the important things to study on film when you're trying to study for an opponent? You pull up their last 3 games, you see what I'm saying? What do you try to focus on so you don't overload yourself, but you kind of hone in on what the right tendencies are to pick out? Is there a film study habit you have in that regard?
I mean, if you can watch every game, I would say try and watch every game. You can always get something out of a play. Whether it's a tendency or what they like to do or how they like to block things, or you're really just studying the offensive coordinator. What they like to do as a unit and what they get to on certain downs and distances and things like that.
So you would go even in November. You would go back to August, September.
Sure.
Okay.
Mike?
Andrew, Kamard probably had his best game against Stanford. He had the pick, he had a pass breakup, ACC linebacker of the week. What is it about you guys that makes you work so well together as a unit? What sort of different things do you do to complement each other?
Yeah, super happy for him. He comes into work every single day and he's excited to get better and continue to lead this group of guys and just learning the defense every single day more and more, finding the small intricacies that he can see, that I can see, and that's just helping each other, trying to get better and just learning from our past failures, past things that we did well, and just trying to just continue to be the best version of ourselves we could be. So I feel like we do a good job taking it one day at a time, bringing the guys together as linebackers and, just keep going.
Is it to the point where you can sort of predict where he's going to be on the field without really turning your head and looking? You can sort of sense where he's going to be?
Yeah, that's kind of tough, but I mean, the communication aspect, that's another thing that I feel like we're taking a step in, continue to communicate with each other, communicate with the front, and that helps the back end cover and it all comes together, so, yeah.
Great.
I know Coach is just here to talk about, we don't talk about the league, but has there been any conversation you had with them about, what it takes to get in the league and also stay in the league when you get there? Or if you possibly get there?
I mean, if you play college football, your goal, should be to go to the league. I feel like if you're playing at a high level, so everybody in here, I'm sure, wants to go to the league, but we don't really have too many conversations about that.
I got you.
Jeremiah?
Yeah, I actually was going to ask about Kamori as well. We talked about, kind of the guess, working, dynamic you guys have as players. One thing that Belichick said the other day was his maturity sticks out and things like that. What have you observed from Kamori, who's obviously a younger guy, sophomore, about his approach to the game and just what his demeanor is like around on the field?
Yeah, he's confident. He loves to come in and work, and he's been part of the system for a year now. So we expected him to jump into that role to bring guys along and also help dudes out that haven't been there and learning the defense and the scheme. So he does a good job at doing those things and coming in with the right mentality every single day to just try and get better. Things weren't always going well, and we took it upon ourselves as a linebacker group to get this thing going and try our best to just keep the energy high and understand that it's just one day at a time, and we can only get better going forward. So.
Yeah, time for two more. Let's go to Adam, and then Noah will close us out.
Andrew, I was going to ask you, looking back at the points you guys have given up the last couple of weeks, there's 10 points in regulation to UVA, 3 points to Syracuse, because they scored on defense, 15 points last week. Is there a sense for you guys? I know that offensively this team hasn't been the most explosive. Sometimes scoring is a bit of a struggle. Do you guys have a sense as a defense, if we can keep this thing close, we're going to be in it to win it? Is there almost a point total you're trying to keep, a team under to keep these things tied?
Yeah, 0.
Sure.
Every game, if we can hold them to 0 points, that's our goal. And if we can't, then there's something to grow in the next week. So, that's for us to worry about. If they have 0 points, there's no way they can win. So that's more our problem than is the offense.
I was going to ask you the last time I was talking about film, but I didn't want to hog it. What jumps out to you about Wake Forest when you study them and what they're good at and when you guys need to try to take away?
Yeah, they play hard. They play as a unit. I feel like their O-line plays together well. Their quarterback, he's a good athlete. He likes to run and pass. Running back, also another great player. So, just the scheme that they run, they do a lot of different things. So we just got to be ready to do our job every play and just play hard all the way to the last whistle.
And last one for Noah.
You came sort of bigger picture. You came here having played a lot of college football already. What are some of the things that you've learned here, and what are some of the lessons, I guess, from this season so far? I know it's not done yet, but lessons from this season that you'll take with you moving forward and whatever's next for you.
Yeah, there's a lot of things I feel like I can, go to that I learned the last few months, but I'm excited to continue to keep learning. We have 3, potentially 4 games left, and whatever is thrown at us or whatever continues to come forward, I'm just happy to take it with me, whoever that may be. So I'm all ears. I'm open to continue to learn and grow from every instance that we've been dealt this year. So we're just taking it one day at a time.
Good stuff. Appreciate it, Andrew.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming, Andrew. Appreciate you.